So, long story, long. Got it charged back up, brought it back up here, turned it off, and didn't put the mower deck down. Tried to start it again, it was dead. So, here we go. I feel like this is probably too far away. Me and my wife just got married in like September, and then we moved to the country. Yeah, it's kind of a weird, sequence of events over the last couple of years. I've gotten more into like gardening, and so I was like, you know what? I want to move to the country. Also, my wife likes animals and farm animals, so I was like, can we move there? And she's like, can I have animals? And I was like, yes. And then here we are. We are in Virginia. We're on 4.67 acres. So not really a giant piece of land, but like bigger than your average yard for sure. I want to be able to grow all the food that we eat sans animals, like killing them, because I can't do that. It's a little wet. Gardening, then raising animals like chickens, goats, and then the last part, which is the part I'm trying to figure out the most, which is farming. This is where I just was splashing around slow motion, just for you, Ben. I want to grow food here, so fruits specifically. There's fruits that are native to Virginia and native to this part of Virginia that you can't buy at a supermarket, even if you wanted to. I mean, you can buy the Asian type of these. I'm gonna go out and try and find pawpaws and eat one and see if I like it enough to grow it. Basically what people say is they taste like bananas and like peaches, kind of like it tastes very tropical.
The peach, a deciduous tree native to the region of northwest China between the Tarim Basin and the north slopes of the Kunlun Mountains. Peaches, the tropical fruit.
And then because it's native to here, like the blackberry patch that's over there, nobody's ever touched that thing other than me, a week ago or 2 weeks ago or whatever, and it grows like crazy because it's supposed to grow here. Things that are supposed to grow here, humans don't have to be involved with. You don't have to put pesticides out. You don't have to put fertilizer out. You don't have to do, there's a dump truck. Driving the tractor to the end of the road in order to get the mail. And part of the reason why I drive it there every week is because the battery will die because I'm not driving it very much because it's the middle of winter. Most of the things we grow aren't actually from here. So you have to put a lot of inputs, a lot of energy into growing them in order to be successful to grow them because they're not supposed to be here. That's kind of an interesting place to have more food because it's more in line with the natural ecosystem, right? And it also plays a role in the larger ecosystem. So I drove it down there, scared the horses, and I was like, I don't want to scare the horses, so I shut it off. Got it all the way down there. Battery died. Part of the thing too here is that our ground is very wet. Like we have a very high water table, and I think because this land has basically just been mowed like a lawn, for who knows how long, or had hay on it, I'm not really sure. The soil isn't super great, so it doesn't hold the water well, and it all sits on the top, and it's not really a great situation for trying to farm something. So what I'm gonna do is there's like a small plot right here, which you can cut this in, Ben, with some fancy B-roll, that is cleared right now. That actually, there used to be a house right here, which probably means the soil under it is not super great, but it was 20 years ago, so it's probably built up some, and I'm gonna amend it with, some cover crops, and then there's some horses across the road that we might be able to get manure from. and help the soil out a little bit. So there's a little area right here that I think is gonna be like the orchard. So what do I do with the rest of it is kind of partly what I'm trying to figure out right now. And so yeah, so this channel is gonna be me trying to kind of figure out what the heck do you do with this? How do you grow in soil conditions that aren't great? How do you improve soil conditions that aren't great? I mean, mine's wet, but I think a lot of the stuff is just improving soil in general. It will solve a lot of problems, whether it's too dry or too wet. So, you know, me trying to figure that out. Also about me. Maybe I might want to put this closer to the beginning. I don't know, Ben. You can figure it out. You're a professional. I have no real farming experience, right? Like, I grew up in a small town outside of a small city, and we had a garden when I was like 4, maybe 1 year. So the past 2 years, I've kind of been gardening a little bit, and like, I really like it. And so that kind of led into us moving out to the country as well. Might have already said that. This generator, all the way down to there, charge the battery up. So the channel is gonna be kind of about how do you go from like 0 to like growing the food that you eat, and 0 to being able to farm land that you live on that's not really that big. Oh my God.
And in case you were wondering if the generator is heavy, it is.